Hello, it's good to have you back. It's very nice to see you again. You're always very welcome here, you know that. And if this is your first time here, hi, good to see you too. My name's Paul and I like to talk about Jesus the man before religion. You don't even have to be religious to listen to Jesus' teachings because they're going to help you on your spiritual journey, on your spiritual path, if that's what you're looking for. Now, as the name of this video is, How to Transform Your Spiritual Life with 5 life-changing steps you can't ignore. That's a big title, but I think you'll really enjoy this video. And if you enjoy my video, then please do like, do subscribe, and give my channel an opportunity to grow and to expand, which of course is what I'd like to get out there to a lot more people, to help them with their spiritual journeys. So sit back, enjoy the video. These clips are in no special order, there's 5 of them, 1 to 5, but I've done them in no particular order. They're all as important as each other if you're going to change your life drastically so that you'll find your spiritual journey becomes much easier for you. So do watch to the end, make sure that you watch them all. Okay, let's dive in and enjoy. Number 1, practice daily mindfulness. Okay, my beautiful souls, today we're diving into something that's absolutely crucial for your spiritual journey. And trust me, it's a game changer. We're talking about mindfulness. Now, I know what you might be thinking, oh great, another guru telling me when to meditate. But hang on, because this is about so much more than sitting cross-legged and chanting, You see, when you look at Jesus, yes, that Jesus the man who turned the spiritual world upside down, we see someone who was incredibly present in the moment. He was always aware, always tuned in to what was happening around him. Remember when he talked about noticing the signs of the times? That's mindfulness in action. So what does this mean for us? It means waking up to the present moment. It's about really tasting the first sip of coffee in the morning, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, or truly listening to your friends when they're talking to you and not thinking about what you want to say back. It's about being here, now, in this moment, because guess what? This moment is where the magic happens. But here's the truth. Mindfulness isn't just about feeling good. It's about becoming aware of your thoughts, your reactions, your habitual patterns. It's about catching yourself when you're about to snap at your partner or dive into a pint of ice cream because you're stressed. It's about creating a space between you and the stimulus and the response, where your true spiritual nature can shine through. And let me tell you, when you start practicing mindfulness in this way, you start to see the world differently. You start to see the divine in the everyday. That annoying person in the queue at the grocery store, suddenly you might see them as a soul on their own journey, just like you. That traffic jam that used to drive you nuts, it becomes an opportunity to practice patience and presence. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Like anything worth doing, it seriously takes practice. But here is a simple way to start. Set a reminder on your phone to go off randomly throughout the day. When it does, take a deep breath and really notice where you are, what you're doing, how are you feeling. That's it, just a moment of awareness. Do this consistently and I promise you, you'll start to see changes. Remember people, this isn't about achieving some perfect state of Zen, if only. It's about becoming more alive, more awake, more in tune with the spiritual reality that's always there, just waiting for us to notice it. It's about following in the footsteps of Jesus, who was so incredibly present that he could see the divine in every person he met, in every situation he encountered. So are you ready to wake up in your new life? Are you ready to take this first crucial step on your spiritual path? Trust me, it's a journey worth taking. And the best part, it starts right here, right now. It's in this very moment. Number 2, serve others selflessly. All right, lovely people, let's talk about something that's at the very heart of Jesus' teachings, serving others. Now, I'm not talking about volunteering once a year at the soup kitchen, although that's a great too. I'm talking about a way of life that can be absolutely give a boost to your spiritual journey. As I've said so many times, Jesus wasn't just preaching from a pulpit. He was out there getting his hands dirty, hanging out with the people who society rejected. He was healing the sick, feeding the hungry, and showing compassion to those everyone else ignored. And here's the important part. He didn't do it for praise or for rewards. He did it because that's what love looks like in action. That's what love looks like. Now I can almost hear some of you thinking, but I'm so busy, I barely have time for myself. Trust me, I understand. Life can be absolutely mad at times. But the point is, serving others doesn't have to be some great grand gesture. It can be as simple as really listening to a friend who's going through a tough time, or helping your elderly neighbour carry their shopping. The magic happens when you do these things without expecting anything in return. No pat on the back, no karmic brownie points, just pure, selfless giving. And be assured, it's in these moments that something incredible starts to happen. You see, when you serve others selflessly, we start to break down the illusion of separation. We start to realise that we're all connected, all part of this beautiful, messy tapestry of life. And in serving others, we often find that we are the ones who end up being transformed. Now, we are talking working with other people here, so I'm not saying it's always going to be easy. Sometimes the people we try to help might not appreciate it. Sometimes we might feel taken advantage of. But this is where the whole thing makes sense on our spiritual journey. Can we keep serving, keep loving, even when it's hard? Because that's exactly what Jesus showed us we must do. Let me set you a challenge. This next week coming, look for opportunities to serve others without expecting anything in return. It could be something as simple as letting someone go ahead of you in line, or as involved as volunteering for a cause you care about. Whatever it is, do it with an open heart and see what happens. Remember, we're not doing this to earn points with the universe or to make ourselves feel good, though that will happen anyway. We're doing it because this is how we grow spiritually. This is how we become more like the loving, compassionate beings we're meant to be. Are you ready to step up and move forward in your spiritual journey? Are you ready to make the changes you want to see in the world? Trust me, lovely souls, this is where the real spiritual growth happens. Now is the time to get out there and spread some love. Number 3, question traditional beliefs. All right, my lovely souls, it's time to put on your thinking cap and dive into something that might ruffle a few feathers, questioning traditional beliefs. Now, before you hit that stop button, hear me out, because this is probably the most crucial part to finding your true spiritual path. Let's talk about Jesus just for a moment. You know, the guy we talk about, the man who turned the religious world upside down 2,000 years ago. He wasn't just going along with the status quo, remember that. He was constantly challenging the religious bigwigs of the day, asking the hard questions, and pushing people to think beyond the rigid rules they had been following blindly all their lives. Remember when he healed on the Sabbath and the Pharisees got on a strop? Jesus said, hold on, isn't it more important to help someone than to follow a rule just because it's a rule? He was all about getting to the heart of things, not just following traditions for tradition's sake. Now, I'm not saying we should toss everything out that we've been taught. That's not the point. The point is to examine your beliefs, to really look at them and ask, does this resonate with my soul anymore? Does this truly align with love and compassion? Or am I just believing this because that's what I've always been told? Seriously, there is so much going on in the name of religion at the present time that it's as far from love, compassion and empathy as one can get. It's like spring cleaning your spiritual closet. You've got to take everything out, look at it piece by piece and decide if it still fits you. Maybe that belief about God being an angry judge waiting to punish you doesn't fit anymore. Maybe the idea that spirituality is all about following a set of strict rules feels far too small, or doesn't align with what you are beginning to feel yourself. I remember when I first started questioning some of my long-held beliefs, it was scary. I'm not going to lie, it felt like the ground was shifting under my feet. But you know what? On the other side of that fear was freedom. Freedom to explore, to grow, to connect with the divine in a way that felt far more authentic to me. Let me put it this way. If you're a little afraid, questioning your beliefs doesn't mean you're losing faith. It means you're growing. It means you're taking your spiritual journey seriously enough to really engage with it, to wrestle with the big questions, so that your belief system is yours. So here's your challenge. Take some time this week to examine one of your beliefs. Maybe it's a belief about God, about yourself, about what it means to be spiritual. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Does it still serve me? Does it align with love and compassion? And most importantly, does it resonate with my deepest truth? Remember, this isn't about being right or wrong. It's about being authentic. It's about peeling away the layers of shoulds and shouldn'ts and oughts to get to the core of your own unique relationship with the divine. As I have said so many times before, we are all on our own unique journey, so it is what resonates with you. Are you ready to dig deep? Are you ready to question and grow? Trust me, my friends, on the other side of those questions is a faith that is stronger, deeper, and more authentically yours than you've ever imagined possible. So let's get questioning. Number 4, embrace simplicity. Look, my beautiful souls, let's talk about something that's so simple, yet so profound. embracing simplicity. Now I know what you're thinking, simple in this crazy complicated world, but stick with me, because this might just be the key you've been looking for on your spiritual journey. Let's rewind for a moment and look at Jesus again. This guy wasn't rolling around in a fancy chariot or living it up in a palace. No way. He lived simply, owned little, and taught his followers to do the same. Remember when he said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God? Well, he wasn't joking. But here's the thing. Jesus wasn't against you having things. He was against the things having us. He knew that the more we accumulated, the more cluttered our lives and our souls became. It's like trying to hear a whisper at a rock concert. How can we tune into the subtle voice of our spirit when we're drowning in noise of things? Now, I'm not saying you need to sell everything and live in a cave, unless it's your thing, go for it. Embracing simplicity is about stripping away the unnecessary so we can focus on what really matters to us. It's about creating space in our lives for peace, for joy, for connection with ourselves and others. Think about it. How much of your day is spent taking care of your stuff? Cleaning it, organising it, finding somewhere to put it, worrying about it, working to pay for it. What if you could reclaim that time and energy for your spiritual growth instead? Simplicity isn't just about physical stuff though, it's also about simplifying our schedules, our commitments, even our thoughts. It's about learning to say no to the things that don't align with our values so that we can say a wholehearted yes to what really matters. Here's a challenge for you. This week, choose one area of your life to simplify. Maybe it's your closet, your calendar, or your daily routine. What can you let go of? What can you streamline? And as you create the space, pay attention to how it feels. You might just find that in the simplicity, there's a profound sense of freedom and peace. Remember, we're not human doings, we're human beings. And sometimes, to really be, we need to do less. We need to simplify, to clear away. We need to hear the still and small voice within. Are you ready to embrace simplicity? Are you ready to create space for what really matters? Trust me, on the other side of the decluttering, that simplifying is a richness of spirit that no amount of stuff can ever provide. Let go, folks. Let's go. Number 5. Forgive unconditionally. All right, beautiful people, let's delve into something that might just be the toughest, yet most transformative part of your spiritual journey. Forgiveness. And not just any forgiveness, but unconditional forgiveness. You know, the kind Jesus was talking about when he said we should forgive not just 7 times, but 70 times 7. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, but you don't know what they did to me. And you're right, I don't. But here's the thing. Forgiveness isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's not about saying what they did was okay, far from it. But it's about freeing yourself from the burden of anger, resentment and pain. Think about it. When Jesus was on the cross in unimaginable pain, what did he say? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now that's next level forgiveness, and it's exactly what he's calling us to do. But let's get real for a moment. Forgiveness, especially the unconditional kind, is hard. It's not a one and done deal, it's a process, and sometimes it feels like you're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Trust me there, I know. Let me tell you the secret to this. Forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about choosing to release the hold that hurt has over your heart. It's about making space for peace, for love, for growth, because as long as we're holding on to resentment, we're letting the past control us. Now, here's where it gets really wild. When we practice unconditional forgiveness, we're not just changing our own hearts, we're changing the world. We're breaking cycles of hurt and retaliation. We're choosing love over hate, peace over conflict. So here's your challenge. And I'm not going to lie, this is the toughest one I've given you yet. This week, think of someone you need to forgive. It might be someone who hurt you very deeply, or it might be yourself, because sometimes we're our own harshest critics, right? Now, start the process of forgiveness. You don't have to feel it all at once, just start with the intention. You might want to try this. Close your eyes, think of that person and say, I release you, I forgive you, I free myself from this hurt. Repeat it as many times as you need to. And remember, forgiveness is a practice, it's something we choose again and again. My friends, unconditional forgiveness is not for the faint of heart. It's for spiritual warriors who are ready to break free from the chains of the past and to step into the future, filled with love and possibility. Are you ready to forgive? Are you ready to free your heart and change your world? Trust me, on the other side of forgiveness is a peace and a freedom you've never known before. Let's do this, you beautiful soul. Well, that was amazing, don't you think? All the things that you've learned from this video. 5 ways that you can actually change your life. And they're not hard, are they? They're quite simple, and it's not about religious doctrine. It's not about you having to do this and having to do that. This is about a mindset. It's about changing your mindset. So, please, do like, do subscribe, and most importantly, do share. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Which do you think is the most important of the 5? Or do you think that all 5 of them are as important as each other? Do let me know. It's always a pleasure to be with you right to the very end of a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon with 5 more just to help you on your journey. Thank you. Bye-bye.